Hello everyone. Chapter 4 Mughal Empire. We have already discussed about the uh, Mughal Empire. Now, today talk about this portion who were the Mughals discussed now. So let's talk about one by one each emperor. So about their major campaigns and the event. So Babur, the ruler who ruled in India 1526 between 1526 to 1530, he he entered in India through Punjab side when he defeated Ibrahim Lodi in the Battle of Panipat. Now, second, after 1 year, as I told you that the Rana Sangha helped Babur in defeating the Ibrahim Lodi, but when the Rana Sangha realized that the Babur wanted to establish his empire in India, so he stand against Babur. So in 1527, the battle was fought between Rana Sangha and Babur, the Battle of Mewar in central India. Okay, after that, in 1528, Babur fought the battle between Rajput and Chanderi, and he defeated the Rajput of Chanderi and established control over Delhi, Agra before his death. So before his death, he captured Punjab, Delhi, and Agra. As I told you that the Babur attracted the immense wealth of was attracted by the immense wealth of India. So after that, when he defeated the Ibrahim Lodi in 14th century, the gun power technology was introduced in India for the war and battles, and firearms were used for the first time in Gujarat, Melwa, and Deccan region. Before that, the war with the sword and bhalas and other fire, these kind of weapons were used. But in 14th century, firearms, the gunpowder were used in battles. The Babur also used it later in his military campaigning. In the order to consolidate his empire in India, the Babur had subdued the Rajput. So under Rana Sangha of the Mewar, they had formed a formidable alliance against him. The two armies met at Kanwa in 1527 CE when the Babur scored a device victory. Babur also defeated Midni Rai of Malwa and others. So we have a source of this kind of information we collected from Babarnama. So what is the Babarnama? Everyone, please. The Babur was a great leader and good general and brave warrior. He was a great scholar, poet, and lover of literature. He was very learned in Persian and Arabic. He wrote his autobiography, name is Babar Nama. So his autobiography name was Babar Nama, which in Turkish, his mother tongue. He tells that about his life and his feeling about the India. He also include detailed description of the flora, fauna, geography, and people of India in that Babarnama. So we get the information about Babar through Babarnama. Now let's talk about Humayun. Humayun ruled in India between 1530 to 1540 and 1555 to 1556. The Humayun was the eldest son of Humayun was the eldest son of Babur, succeeded him as a Badshah in 1530. After the death of Babur, who come on the throne, that Humayun. The Mughal ruler called themselves Badshah to show their superiority to a sultan. Humayun had a fight Bahadur Shah of Gujarat in the west and the Sher Khan of Bihar in the east. He ordered that strengthen his position. Humayun first marched against Bahadur Shah and captured the whole Malwa and Gujarat. His campaign was interrupted by the news of attack to Agra by Sher Khan. When he was busy in that Malwa and Gujarat war, so when he heard that news that Agra was attacked by Sher Khan, so he marched eastward to teach Sher Khan lesson. In the meanwhile, Bahadur Shah regained his territory and he was killed after soon 1537. Humayun defeated twice by Sher Khan in Chausa and Kannauj. Look at here, everyone. Humayun caused against Afghan competitors. Sher Khan defeated Humayun at Chausa in two battle, the Battle of Chausa and Battle of Kannauj, and forcing him fly to Iran. और वो ईरान चला गया. He flight to Kabul and then to Persia. In this 15-year back, he come back in 1555, and again he ruled. Replaced Mughal rule was replaced by Afghan ruler. Okay, so that is why the two time period given 1530 to 1540. And after 15-year back in 1555 to 1556 again he replaced the Mughal rule was replaced by Afghan rule. Humayun defeat left him without a kingdom. He wandered from place to place 4 years, घूमता रहा and seeking help for neighboring kingdom. Finally, he found a refuge court of Persian emperor. He was with the help of Shah Persia that Humayun recaptured Kabul and Kandahar in 1555. CA consolidated his position in that Afghanistan. Now Sher Khan was died in 1545. So his successor was weak and incompetent. So the Humayun again re-established his Mughal empire in India. Okay. Now next, the Humayunama, like Babarnama, the history of Babar. Same way the Humayunama written by Humayun's sister Gulbadan Begum provide us a detailed account of Humayun's life. Humayunama. Akbar was 13-year-old when he became emperor. So his rule timing divided into 3 periods. The first period 1556 to 1570. Now the second one is 1570 to 1585, and the third one is 1585 to 1605. First, the Akbar became independent of the regent Behram Khan and other member of his domestic staff. Military campaign was launched against the Suris and other Afghans and against the neighboring kingdom of Malwa and Gundbana. After that, in 1568, the Sisodia capital of Chittor was seized. He attacked on that and seized, and the 1569 Ranthambore. He attacked on Ranthambore. Seize means attack. In 1570, military campaigning, he marched his military, ordered military to march toward the Gujarat, and that followed by the company Eastern Bihar, Bengal, and Odisha. This campaign was complicated by the revolt in support of Mirza Hakim. Mirza Hakim was his half brother. Now 1585, expansion of Akbar Empire. Campaign was launched in northwest. Kandahar was seized from the Safavid and the Kashmir was annexed. and also Kabul after the death of Mirza Hakim seized by or under control किसके अकबर के. Now the last year of his reign, the Akbar was distracted by the rebellion of Prince San. His son was detected. His son stand against him, who became the future Emperor Jahangir. Yes, the Mughal did not believe in the rule of primogeniture. What does it mean? That where the eldest son inherited his father's estate. They did not believe on that. Instead, they follow the Mughal and Thrumit custom of co-parcenary inheritance. And what does it mean? That division of inheritance among all the sons. So the division of the father property equally distributed among all sons. That is a co-parcenary inheritance. So they were in Mughal tradition, the succession believe on that, not in primogeniture. Primogeniture means the eldest son became the king after his father's death. But in that next succession, the co-parcenary inheritance, the division of property among all sons. Okay. Akbar. Akbar was quite impressed with the bravery, and he realized that the support of Rajput was necessary to consolidate his empire in India. His relation with the most of the Rajput kings were friendly and cordial. He respected them and treated them as an equal, thus winning their loyalty. He strengthened his relationship with the Rajput through matrimonial alliances. Akbar married a daughter of Raja Bahara Mahal, the ruler of Amber. Bahara Mal was made the noble of high rank, and his son Bhagwant Das and the grandson. Man Singh also attained high rank in the administration, Akbar administration. Akbar also married other Rajput princes. He treated their relatives with respect and gave the Rajput prince high position in the nobility. So this kind of the relation they maintain with Rajputs, but not all Mughal rulers.